Small businesses need all the help they can get, and to be fair, the federal government is reaching out to a lot of them. 56 billion naira has been disbursed so far, and 85% of the set target for businesses has been reached, according to our guest. What impact has this had on the sector? And why isn't there much buzz about these strides by the Buhari administration? Mr. Tola Johnson is a special advisor to the Vice President on small and medium enterprises, and he tells us it's been an eventful experience and they have no regrets. Mr. Johnson, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Thank you very much, Kela.
Now, you've done so much in the past few months. You said in your report recently that you've met 85% of your set target. Talk to us a bit about the target set for MSMEs and what are the experiences you've picked up along the way?
The overall scheme, that's the survival fund, had the payroll support. And in the payroll support, we were meant to, it was with a target of 500,000 MSMEs. We were meant to support their salaries every month. 500,000 MSMEs.
That's what the payroll support system.
Yes. We're supposed to support their salaries, augment whatever their institutions were paying them every month for 3 months. So, for instance, if you're paying somebody about 100,000, we'll add 50,000 naira to that 100,000. So you pay them 50,000. Basically, government will give you 50,000 every month for 3 months for 10 people in your institution. And we did that. And with that, out of the 500,000, we now have about 459,000. 459,000. So that's close to 90%. Then for the Artisan scheme as well, that was we had a target of 333,000 across the country. As we speak right now, about 289,000 people have been paid for the Artisan and transport as we speak. You know, we also promised MSMEs that we're going to register 250,000 businesses free of charge for MSMEs. So these are business names. You see, there are a lot of MSMEs operating, but do not even have a business name. So during our clinics, as the VP moved around the MSME clinics, so we had said that at some point, you know, it would be nice for the federal government to try and help these people. So we went into a partnership with CAC and said to us that give us this, the CAC will register this at normally about 12,000. We said to them that give us a discount as government, because it's government to government. We'll give us a discount and we'll register 250,000 business names free. As we speak, in the 250,000, we have done about 244,000. So we're just below 6,000 to complete the 250,000. You see, with this particular survival fund schemes, most of those targets that were set, we are ensuring that we meet those targets. The ones we have not met, we are running around to see how we can meet those targets.
Is that what the plan is for the last phase of this?
So yes, and that's why the GOS that was just launched, that was supposed to support the manufacturing industry. If you are producing or manufacturing, say for instance, things like face masks, even face masks, hand sanitizers, and all of those things, the government will support your business by injecting some money into your business, and you produce and will hand over to states. So states can then now give to MSMEs, institutions, NGOs, healthcare centers as they deem fit. But the federal government will hand over to the states.
Go to places like Borno or Adamawa, Yola, all those places, and actually see the reality on ground. And that brings me to my next question, really.
Correct.
These support schemes, are they sufficient for people at that level of society, people who have very small businesses? Have they been able to key into these programs of the government? Okay.
These supports were meant for them. So in trying to ensure that we got to our target audience or our target markets, we went about our media and publicity aggressively. So Smed and who was handling our logistics and media, they were going state by state, ensuring that the key Nigerian languages such as Yoruba, even Pidgin English, Hausa, Igbo, You know, they were ensuring that they were pushing out our messages to ensure that people got these messages. And aside from the regular media on TV, so, on newspaper, they were sending out people to go and speak to people to let them know that, listen, this is from government. You know, you need to apply for these things. Share facility. You need to apply for these things, basically. You know. So, but in answering your question directly, you know, we have seen positive response to this scheme. You see, you need to see the joy when people collect 30,000 naira and they call you that, oh, we've gotten this money. When are we paying back? We say, no, it's a grant. It's to support you.
And I remember the last time we spoke about this, I was saying, isn't there a call for this to be extended?
So for the clinics, we have done 28 so far. We have about 8 left for the clinics. Now, for the shared facilities, the plan is always for the federal government to work with the state government to have one position in the state.
How does it work? How does the shared facility
what
work?
happens is that the shared facility will go to the states and ask, we ask the state to let us, to show us around clusters that are sustainable, where you have gathering of SMEs doing almost the same thing, but they are lacking in equipment. So we come into that cluster with our private sector partners, then they provide those equipment. You know, because it will not be nice for you to, as federal government, just go into a state and say, okay, this state we are giving you fashion, and there's no fashion cluster there. It will not be sustainable. In 6 months down the line, that cluster facility will be dead. So we want something sustainable. In Anambra that we just launched, those people have been there for years.
What business?
The shoe cluster. They've been there for years. So this is a cluster of almost 20-something thousand people.
What markets did you look at there?
Ugbonike. So this is a cluster of almost 20-something thousand people. So they come in there day and night, every day to come and either somebody's producing shoe, somebody's producing soap, somebody's producing something related. So that's what we try to do. And we now encourage the states to do in 2 other senatorial zones. For it to actually make the sort of impact you want in the states, it would be nice if you have 3 different clusters, you know, that are related to what people are doing. So once we've done that as a federal government, we encourage the states and talk to our partners to try and see if they can actually ensure that they commission another one in another senatorial zone. So you have 3 in each senatorial zones in each state.
You haven't answered my question about, calls for this to continue.
Oh, yes.
Because this shouldn't be a one-off situation. Yes. This is what governance is. Yes. It should be continued. Is there a plan? Okay, is there a plan to sustain this?
Okay, so there's been, I'm aware that there's been several calls from several quarters for us to continue the survival fund, some aspects of the survival fund, especially the payroll support and the artisan support, basically. So His Excellency is studying, he's looking at it, and I guess in due time he'll get back to the public on that. You know.
Would you want it to continue?
Oh, these are very popular schemes. So if data shows that MSMEs are still in need, because we need to work from data to results. You know, if data shows that the impact of the COVID-19 was so bad that our 3-month support was good enough, but can be better if we do maybe additional 3 months or additional 6 months or thereabouts. And if we're able to back that up with solid data, I'm sure His Excellency will look at it.
Well, Mr. Johnson, it's a lot of work that you've done, and we'll be keeping up with you to see how it goes in the months ahead. But thank you so much for being with us on Dateline Abuja.
Thank you very much.